What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to WIRC USA YouTube channel. It's been a minute since my last update video. What can I say, man? Work's busy right now, and so is RC. So with that being said, just gonna get right into it. So in this video, I'm going to cover a few things, actually kind of catch everybody up on some stuff that, if you don't follow us on all of our social media, you might not know about. One of those being our most recent driver acquisition, signing Ryder Antil as our new factory driver. Huge news for us. Huge step in a positive direction. It's undeniable that Ryder brings a lot of experience, a lot of talent, and a lot of motivation, not only to this team, but to me as well. Again, solid dude. When we announced that he was joining the team, just to see the amount of support and his true family and friends rallying behind him to wish him well and to congratulate him was good to see. That's kind of the dynamic we're after, and we love to see it in other people, and especially from drivers that kind of join and come aboard. So again, awesome move for us and for him. I think he hit the ground running. As soon as he got the kids, he got right to work, and started testing and started practicing. And so far, his feedback is he loves the car, and I'm looking forward to doing some interviews with him so that he can tell you himself why he loves the car, not just hear it from me, but hear it from him. And it's just a huge spark is what I could say to this team. So we're super excited to have him. The feedback and the support and the knowledge that his dad brings with him, again, has been a huge step in the right direction positively for us. So again, super excited for Ryder. You're going to see a lot coming from him. He's, again, super motivated, and he's getting after it, man. So yeah, look out, because he's going to hit 2026 with a vengeance, man. He's on one. So look out for that. You're going to see more real and more content coming from him and from us. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. So next thing I want to kind of touch on is we recently announced our partnership with Ross B Tires. That kind of came about pretty much during and right after Sit Cross. We spoke to their team manager on the West Coast, introduced us to AJ. We had some great conversations, and we definitely decided to move in that direction because it was actually a true partnership that was being offered to us, and one that I wasn't going to hesitate to take. So AJ and the Ross V team invested in us. We invested in them, and definitely it's already paid off, and I'll get to that in a little bit. So that being said, right after that announcement, we made that in anticipation of us attending the Oktoberfest at the Nitro compound, which we had planned to go to anyway before any of this came about. So it kind of just worked out perfectly for us. We went and picked up our first initial order of tires there at the Nitro compound. Myself, Andrew, and James Spratley attended that race. It kind of came on last minute. We tried to get more of the team guys to go, but again, right now a lot of people were busy, so we just went, the three of us, and met up with Chris Nelson out there from TNR Fuels. He was out there racing, lone wolfing it, man. It's always awesome to see Chris and have a good time and just kind of just chat with him and kind of bounce ideas off each other. So yeah, it was really cool to see Chris out there. We definitely went out there, had a great time. The cars were awesome out there. The track was huge, fast, really fun. I had to drive it, but the guys, their feedback was they were having a good time out there. It looked like they were having a good time. The cars were fast. And then again, that was the first time we're out there on the Ross B rubber, and man, we were blown away at the consistency the tires delivered and the wear. The wear was second to none of any of the tires that we were running to date. I'm putting together another video that we're going to be doing some edits for with all the testing that we're doing with Ross V tires locally. But yeah, the wear after days of several laps practicing, moving on to qualifying, and then the mains. I mean, the tires still looked pretty close to the way they did when they were new. They held up really, really well. The track was grippy. Had a lot of different surfaces we were hit. It was just one of those things that was very, very close, kind of, real reminiscent to DNC, where the track conditions were changing as the weather was changing. But again, it was just an awesome experience. We were there obviously for Halloween, that Halloween weekend. So they had, people out, kind of dressed up and driving out there. It was all around a good time, man. And I definitely want to take this opportunity to shout out all of the racers, local racers there in Arizona. Super gracious. Everybody was real, happy to see us there, coming by and saying hello, looking at the cars, just providing all kinds of positive feedback, and we really felt welcome there. And that's different for us because we've been to some tracks where it's completely opposite of that, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? Every place you go to is not going to be hospitable, and we don't necessarily, it's not going to change our approach. We're going to go out there and do what we do, but it's always cool when people in the RC industry come over and are interested and curious as to who you are, and that. So it was, again, super awesome out there. Everybody was really nice. We had a great time, and we're definitely going to go back out there to race races out there, the Nitro Compound, and we're definitely going to go out there and we're going to coordinate some team test days out at the Nitro Compound. We kind of bounced that idea off AJ that I'll take that opportunity to go pick up more tires, and while we're there, we're going to practice all day. So let me take a step back. Part of the partnership with Ross Speed is that we will offer trackside support and be selling and supplying Ross Speed tires at trackside when Ross Speed is not present. Obviously, if we're at a race where Ross Speed is there, they will be selling tires and we will be there supporting our team drivers. But at events where we go to and Ross Speed is not there, we will be offering and selling tires trackside, obviously tires, wheels for both buggy and truggy, and various compounds and tread patterns. So yeah, I should have led with that. Sorry about that. So all around, there's just a lot of things going on with this team right now. A lot of things in the positive. We're moving forward. Things are changing. I can't say enough about the support that we get from our friends and family and the team drivers, man. Everybody's super keyed up. They're definitely focused now. Not that they weren't before, but they're more focused on the fact that, we're coming to the end of the year and kind of getting ready for next season and obviously all the big races that pretty full calendar next year. I got to tell you, that's pretty gnarly schedule. We're definitely planning to go definitely out of state. We are going to be one of the premier sponsors at the upcoming Nevada State Championship at the Silver Bowl in Las Vegas. We were there this last Saturday, club racing at Trackmasters. Craig and his guys also, again, super awesome crowd out there, super supportive. Everybody was kind of, really cool coming by, kind of saying what's up, looking at the cars. A lot of people had never seen WIRC before. We got to meet a lot of new people and kind of just, network and had a good time, man. It was really cool. I'd never been to that track before. That track was, it was rough, man. It was a good test session for us for testing, new setup ideas we had with the car. It was riders first race with the car in race conditions, I should say, at a club race. He showed out. The car was super consistent. He felt good. The car looked good, and he ended up, taking the win in the expert nitro buggy class. James, also was on point. His car was super consistent. He ended up finishing third. I think Nano finished fifth. And I think something happened with Andrew's car. I think he pulled it off. Something wasn't right, and he just decided to pull it off. I think it was honestly, I can't even remember. It's off the top of my head. I didn't even know he had pulled it off, and all of a sudden he kind of showed it behind me, and he just said, "I just pulled it off," and wanted to kind of help me focus on the other guys. Again, the first time that I've had to pit multiple cars and try to get real on multiple cars in the same heat, right? So we had, 4 drivers in one heat, in the same heat, I should say. So it was good to see multiple WIRC cars out there, all competitive, all putting down fast laps and being consistent. So, we definitely showed that these cars are fast, consistent, and durable. And yeah, we've had a lot of interest and people kind of contacting us after the fact, asking questions about, how can they get the cars, track support, that sort of thing. So I think we're starting to move in the direction where people are starting to get curious, and we're letting the car's performance speak for itself, right? Again, about the cars being durable, the quality's there, and issues that we've had, like any car manufacturer has. A lot of it is just sometimes there are things that are just out of our control and things that we're still trying to sort out. And when we sort it out, the cars get even faster. So it's a process. We know it is, and we're going to continue with that process. And we have nowhere to go but up. And that's the kind of the focus that this team has. That we have nowhere to go but up, and that's exactly where we're going. Like it or not, we're coming. So. So we're looking forward to it. In 2 weeks, we'll be out again, like I said, at the Nevada State Champs, premier sponsors. So look for us up towards the front, close to the driver's stand. We're going to be pitted there. Again, we will have trackside support with Rossby tires. They just released their new tread pattern, the Triumph, which is the tire we were testing there at the Nitro compound. I think Andrew put out a reel of his car out there with the Triumph. That was the tire we were testing. Awesome tire in those conditions. The tread, that's the one I was telling you about. The wear was second to none on that tire. Unbelievable. That tire is going to be popular. So much so that I think when he announced it, it sold out pretty quick. So we will have that tire there at the track. So definitely look for us out there. The whole team's going out there. We're going to have the WRC tent out there, and we're just looking forward to it. It's going to be an all-around great time. And again, we're looking forward to going back because everybody out there was super cool with us, and we're definitely going to support Craig out at the Zero Bull. Tyler, all those guys are just super, super gracious, man, and made us feel right at home, man. So we really appreciate that. So we're definitely going to support those people that support us, right? So that's coming up. Let me see what else I got here. And obviously the release of the short course truck, the Eco model, the SCT8, that was released pretty much the Tuesday after we got back from Arizona. We took both cars, the Eco and the Nitro, out to the Nitro compound. We entered them into the Nitro truck, into the short course class. I thought that there was going to be more 8 scales out there. It turns out we were the only ones. So we did take it out there with the 10 scales. And I made it very clear, told, Daniel Adams on the tower that, we were not competing for the trophy, right? Even if, because James was driving the short course trucks and he was wheeling the hell out of them. They look really, really good. We were there just to get pretty much data and kind of just see the short course trucks in action in race conditions, right? Obviously, it wasn't full race conditions because we were racing the smaller trucks, but those trucks are pretty fast. James is actually able to keep it under control and make sure that he was not affecting anybody's race that was there to win a trophy and get on a podium, right? So again, we weren't out there to get in that way. We started out with the Eco model, and that one looked really, really good. And then we were watching the stream, and then the mod media guys were, they were surprised to see an 8 scale short course out there, and they made mention of the fact that it would be cool if they saw a Nitro version out there. We just happened to have it. I've kind of just changed a couple things on it, and I went over to their trailer and just mentioned to them, hey, we saw, we heard you guys mention that it would be cool to see a Nitro truck. Well, here you go, right? So we showed them the Nitro truck. I didn't expect that they were going to pull us in and kind of go live with it and break the news, so to speak, that it was coming out. So it was pretty cool. It was a huge milestone for this team, for me. I'd never done that or thought I would ever do that. And then, the next round, the second qualifier, we put the Nitro out there. And that looked every bit as good as it did in testing. It looked even better because we threw some Rossby tires on there. And I mean, I'll throw some video, clips here and there in this video to show you. We are going to do a full release video on the trucks. show you kind of under the hood, under the body, and kind of review it fully about what you get, and all of that sort of good stuff. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, to acknowledge the fact that the eco model is available on www.wircusa.com. You can hit up our website. You can order them there. They are available. And then the nitro truck, I think, is a couple of weeks out. So those kits are being put together now. And just to kind of put it out there right now, these are not ready to run kits. These are full dedicated short course truck kit builds. You will have to assemble it. The Eco, you'll have to supply your own, ESC motor and lipo, servo. Nitro, same thing. You have to, provide your electronics and your. Sorry about that. Neighbors that are super loud but go nowhere. Anyway, so these are dedicated SET builds. These aren't ready to run. So that was kind of the reason that we're going to do a release video, to kind of put all the details out there and give specifics of each car and what you're going to need to get them going. So definitely look for that. We're super excited about it. They look really, really good, and we're hoping that some tire manufacturers kind of jump on board and develop a spec tire for this that scale wise looks good on the truck. The ones that you see in the press photos, they look great. You can drive it on those if you're going to be out like in the grass or bashing or doing whatever. They're fine for that. But for racing, that's not the tire. You definitely need a performance tire for that. And we've been sending it out there with we've tested it with truggy tires and with buggy tires, and we just gear it accordingly, right? So you want to make sure you have the right gear ratios for the tires that you're running, but you can run it on either one. But super, super, super fun. The feedback's been awesome on the truck. People are like, damn, that's awesome. And again, this all started because Chase Ehrlich, he's the one who kind of got the ball rolling with his techno. When I saw that, I'm like, man, that's fun. It'd be awesome to get a class, of those going out there. So shout out to him, man. He's the one who kind of got that spark going, and we're hoping that it takes off, and there's a class of these, and just another class that we can all have fun and compete in. And I think it'll be awesome to see 10 or 12 of these trucks out on the track battling it out. So that's the hope, and that's where we're hoping we get to. So I think that's pretty much all of the updates I have. More to come. Again, my work life is my 9 to 5 is really busy right now. And then again, this team is starting to take off. It's gaining steam. It's getting busier. And I keep saying I want to get the on-road program going, and I keep trying, and I keep getting sidetracked. But a couple of things are coming up on that. We're going to announce here pretty soon on the on-road portion. So again, man, if you see us out there, definitely come by, say what's up. We love meeting, RC enthusiasts. And again, all we try to do is just try to be ambassadors of RC, which is what everybody claims they want to be. We're just trying to be part of that and just show people that, hey, you can come out and have a good time, no egos, and just try to be the best possible team you can be. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody again for sticking with us, just for the support. Again, like I always say, haters, we love you too. We're always willing to go out there and give out samples of haterade to everybody. But again, we don't know why people hate on us, but hey, whatever, again, I love, living rent free in people's heads, man. All we're trying to do is have fun and do what everybody else does. So, with that being said, again, thanks to everybody, all the friends and family, everybody for the support, and the, continued words of encouragement. Look for us out there. Again, we're going to be doing Nevada State Champs. We're probably going to be attending the U.S. Open out in Arizona. We're going to try, or not going to try, but we're going to do Silver State. We'll be at DNC. We're going to go to PNB, and we're definitely planning to go to AMS next year. So again, every year we're going to extend and keep going out further and further, and we're coming, and I don't think there's anybody that's going to be able to stop us at this point. I mean, we're just going to go out there and have fun and do what we do. So if that sounds like something you'd like to be in on, just hit us up. We're always looking for people that want to drive this car and have a good time doing it. So again, thanks to everybody. We'll see you out there, and appreciate you all. Thanks.